Welcome back to Panel Day Superheroes Ahoy. My name is Tushar. So today I'm doing a complete haul collection of my Phantom comics. As with other haul videos, this has been recorded in different times, so it takes few days to put these together. But I'll just tell you what you can look forward to. So Phantom is something I've been collecting. Like when I was growing up, like in terms of in those Diamond Comics era, we used to pick up like Phantom or Mandrake unknowingly. Like not, I personally, I don't know if it's there with the others. Also, I was not that much into Phantom comics. I used to like laugh at him, and I think Phantom has its own terms of like who it attracts to, when at what age it may attract you as a comic book reader. But there's a certain charm in Phantom. I've just been exploring my own interest in Phantom comics over the last 2 or 3 years, and in this process I have unearthed like some vintage Phantom comics from our family. And then there is some Phantom books that, not some, like quite a few Phantom books that I've bought from Regal Comics, Kerala based publisher, and Shakti Comics. So I think both these I've been collecting frequently. And Shakti, I have completed the Phantom run till issue number 19. So I'll show you that. I'll show you some of the Indrajal collection also, and I'll also talk about some of the new Phantom books, and I'll also talk about Peter David's Phantom. So on Hermes Press, there was a trade paperback that came of 6 issues of Phantom in 2014. So this is all you can look forward to for those who came in late. So Shakti Comics has been doing a good job with the Phantom prints. So what they do is they curate Phantom stories, and I think they are publishing in 3 languages: Hindi, English, and Bengali. As it typically happens for publishers, they don't like there have been some changes and some pluses and minuses in these books. I have made videos on them, I think almost over 2 years now, 2 years and counting, on these books. So I've pretty much reviewed all the sets, and uh, what they used to do initially was to release sets of 3. So it was Phantom, Flash Gordon, and Mandrake, and that system followed for some time. And the sizes were different. So this was the first issue, and this was quite unique because it was the cover was done by Anupam Sinha ji, and then there were this format, like smaller one. And then yeah, there have been a lot of changes. So then you have these thin formats, you have like a thicker cover. So I think they were experimenting with different things, and there was also like a compilation which was this larger format. And I think after that they have stuck to this bigger kind of format. The quality really dipped here, which I had also noticed. It was almost like a newspaper, but not in a cool retro way. But yeah, the recent and the latest ones are great, which I shared. So there's not a single thing that is wrong with these books that have come. So this is a set like the Princess of Songhai, and then Tarashima was the earlier one. So Baron Khan Tarashima had 2 parts, this one, and the current books are also great. So the Tale of Rex, this is the 2-parter. So this was about the work that is being done by Shakti Comics for Phantom. Coming to the classics, Indrajal Comics has been printing Phantom, I think, since the 80s. So I happen to have a few vintage ones which were bought in that time, and they are in like different conditions. Then I have picked up a few from Blossoms, the Bangalore bookstore, and they are also in like varying states. And I have managed to pick up 2 copies of Dreadful Land of Kolaku 3. So, and then there was these almost anonymous Indrajal reprints. I get a lot of questions on them, but I don't know who has done it, and I've seen it in comic book stores and some book sales. So these were available. I've made some videos on them also. Obviously, these are not all Phantom. These are all Indrajal characters. So Bahadur, Mandrake, and some Phantom also. So I managed to pick whatever I saw in these. So these are classics. I'll share my thoughts also on how the reading experience changes. But this is in terms of the overall collection. These are the Indrajal ones I have, and there are some loose kind of books that are there without covers, which I've kept separately in this bag. So Regal Publishers, Regal Comics are the ones based out of Kerala. Mr. Pratish Jacob, they have also been doing a great work with the Phantom, and they seem to be actual fans. I've heard Pratish Jacob ji in some interviews, and he seems to be really passionate through his family, through from his father time also. Like he has some of his collection from the 70s of Phantom, and they are a publisher who do lot of stuff in Malayalam, but for Phantom they do English and Malayalam as well, and they are I think more consistent in terms of the format. So while Shakti has been experimenting with different things, if you pick up Regal comic, you will get the same kind of white back format. And I've also reviewed these books as well many times. I've reviewed most all of these books. I might not be having all of them here, but I think I have yet to pick up 38 and 39. So I'm seeing usually they do come up with the Christmas edition. So I'm seeing I'll see if they come up with one. But Regal also does a great work, and there is some slight changes in the reading experience, which I will talk about more. So to review the Phantom 17, 18 and 19 from Shakti Comics, as I said, these are great quality books. Like they have gone through different periods, Shakti Comics, and I think this is the kind of their success formula, or I think the recipe is hit the best yet. So this is Princes of the Songhai, and this is a one-shot story. Many Phantom books have two stories in them, but this is one shot. The art is good, but quality of printing, it could be little better. As you can see, the clarity could be better in some of the in some art panels, but they've really selected a good story. The original art is quite great and expansive. So this story, I would say, is a very cinematic format kind of story, because it has like two phantoms, and it has a lot of things with war and international politics. So in that sense, it's quite a heady story. There's a lot that is happening here, and it's less on the fun side. So just some banter here, but then it quickly moves into talking about the second phantom, and then there's a lot of action. There's a lot of like mythology in terms of Phantom's world, and you see like people being chased. And so I don't mean to say that I've not read this book. I've read this twice, but like it's a little inaccessible for me. It's a little tough to approach. So there is kid that gets kidnapped, then Phantom goes back in his search and all that. So, and then they keep going back and forth between these flashbacks about Songhai. There's a tribe, and this is where it ends. I think it's nice in the canon of Phantom, like two Phantoms, and this 21st Phantom and the second Phantom. So it's quite a bit of gap, like in terms of years. So this is Princes of Songhai, Fantabulous Second Phantom. And coming to Tale of Rex. So Rex is this kid that Phantom has raised as a son, and this was certainly better. Like, this is a story arc that is there in both these issues, and this was like a very colorful format of Phantom. Really fun story, like how Rex gets washed ashore, and there is some secrets that are being revealed. Like, there's some connections to Rex, and this is the same art that has come on the poster also, and this is the complete collection of Phantom on Shakti Comics, and this is the second part where all these secrets get revealed. So do check it out. Even if you don't read Phantom, you can pick up these two books. I would say they're really fun. So this is Phantom 17, 18 and 19 on Shakti Comics. So on with the Phantom Danger in the Forbidden City, Peter David. So this is a comic that I saw in Worthing's sale, and this sort of kind of triggered me to read more Phantom books over the last 1 week. And I got this comics on digital because this comics actually is not like comes for cheap, so it comes from US. So the comic might the trade paperback is like 1,000 rupees, but then you will get charged 4,000 for the shipping. So it's not available readily, but Worthing had that kind of lot of 6 issues for 1,800, and I was lucky to find it on the digital. So I'll just talk about this comics. So Hermes Press is people who are doing Phantom comics from 1986, so almost for 40 years now. And this comic is a fresh new Phantom story that was written by Peter David and drawn by Sal Velluto, the Italian artist. His art takes a little time to like. It's very sharp art. So initially, like, Phantom has different art styles. So there's a whole lot of artists that have worked on Phantom, writers that have worked on Phantom. So each comic might have a different vibe. Some might look more like serious, some might more cartoon style, because they used to be these Phantom dailies at which Hermes Press has also collected and reprinted. This book, that is Danger in the Forbidden City, was written on Phantom's 80th anniversary. So it was published like in 2016. So now we are almost closing in on 90 years of Phantom. So I think that's a great thing. Phantom even came before Batman then. So in terms of this story, they've given a lot of nice features in this. I'll try to show you some inserts in terms of what it has. So this story arc of Phantom is 6 volumes, and it's actually it celebrates Phantom's lore in terms of its classic connections, in terms of some famous characters of Phantom. If you want to read it, I'll not spoil it for you, but like, it will really make a long-term Phantom fan happy. And also there are certain elements in Phantom, like some places, obviously Bangalla is one and Baron Khan is another, but and then there is this whole Singh Brotherhood, and I'm just sharing what's given already in the summary or the synopsis. So this classic tale pits Phantom against Singh Brotherhood and their metal-handed leader. So there is like this proper black and white characters, and there is some villains, and there is this gang, and there is this Forbidden City of Gold. That Forbidden City of Gold reminded me of the last Thor film, I think Love and Thunder. But then Phantom and Dinah are there, and they have a new ally. So there's this whole fun track of Phantom, like kind of a love triangle, like Diana's old friend, and then it really goes on this whole adventure route. It will remind you of these Hollywood's 80s movies like Romancing the Stone and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun. It took a while to get started. And one thing I would say is that the covers are really goofy, because Sal has a very kind of radical style, the typical Italian kind of romance in his art, and it goes really wild also in some places. But the good thing with Phantom is that you can either go serious or you can go goofy, you can go TV soap. And then this comic, like I have lot of impressions of Phantom books, and it's not possible to share all of them in one video. But sometimes when the comics are like compiled from lot of these daily strips, it's like it ends on a cliffhanger dialogue, right? What is there beyond what is there beyond tomorrow, and then it will say next issue tomorrow. So those kind of things, and there's a lot of goofy stuff that happens in Phantom. So if you're thinking of getting into Phantom, then it's never a wrong time. You can always, and the book starts with like, for those who came in late, so it probably just preempts that kind of a thing where someone can pick up Phantom books. So I hope you like this small compilation of Phantom facts and my kind of impressions of Phantom. It's really a lot of fun character and lot of fun stories and tales. So pick up Phantom in any format and you're bound to love it. So that's about it for my Phantom haul video, and I'll be back with more. Thanks for watching.